Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the ASOTV podcast for Game of Thrones, Season 5, Episode 9, The Dance of Dragons. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are John.
Hey!
Yeah, and Cleo. And
I am Smaug the Terrible.
And Smaug the Terrible. Not the right dragon.
I'm sorry I don't have a Drogon.
That's a shame. Do they even have a Drogon?
Yes, they do. They
do.
have all three of the dragons.
They have all three of them. All right, then.
They even have a Daenerys with a couple different of the Daenerys in her Khaleesi clothes with the three different dragons on her shoulder.
All right. So we're going to...
Pop finals.
I love those pop vinyls. There's too many of them. So we're going to get this out of the way. The moment of this episode that made me actually have to pause and leave the room for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And this was the complete downward spiral of my respect for Stannis Baratheon. I mean, this whole season he was growing on me. And I know they did that on purpose.
Oh, God, yeah. They set him up so they can knock him down.
well executed.
And they did a good job. They did a good job of duping us. Like, you heard me a couple episodes ago be like, he still killed Friendly. I'm not sold on Stannis the Menace. But, they really did dupe us. Because they gave us one, good interaction with him and his daughter. When probably, let's face it, there haven't been many in her life.
No, there probably haven't been many good interactions in her.
So they give us the one that tugs at the heartstrings. And
then they tie her to a post and burn her.
Way to inspire courage in your men.
I know, right? How do you expect your army to follow you? They're freezing their butts off in feet of snow. The horses are dying. They just got raided. Half their tents burned down and a whole bunch of more horses. Their food supply is destroyed.
You tell them that the sacrifice of this little girl will get them out of this snowdrift. Will get them to food and victory. That's what you say to get them to put a little girl on a stake. That's what they told them.
I know.
But they look shocked.
Half of them were still shocked. Like, he just took his daughter, tied her to a post. Well, let, Melisandre tie her to a post and set her on fire.
I mean...
Too soon, Goblin Graf. Too soon.
What do you say?
Crispy Baratheon.
Oh, God.
Way too soon.
The wrong Baratheons are dead.
The wrong everybody's dead.
It.
You're right. The wrong Baratheons are dead.
Baratheons are dead. Except for Joffrey, he should be dead.
He wasn't technically a Baratheon.
He had the name.
He had the name.
That boy's all Lannister.
Uh-huh. So Stannis. That's... I hope it was worth it. That's all I gotta say. Because
we've talked about the Red Priests and shit, and how they actually do use magic.
They actually do have some kind of magical power, yes.
I can guarantee you that Melisandre has some way of stopping the snow, has some way of stopping the storm, has some way of getting them to
Right.
Winterfell.
I'm hoping, but I mean...
She couldn't stop the fires that were burning her fucking tents down, Miss Pyromancer.
I bet she chose not to.
Meh.
She probably chose not to.
Because that was the tipping point. That was... If they didn't lose all that shit, I don't think Stannis would have burned his daughter.
No.
No, you're right. That probably was a tipping point. Losing all that shit, all the food being gone, morale down even further, half their horses dead.
Morale is low. Let's kill a child.
Yeah, morale is low. Let's have you all watch me kill my daughter.
Yeah.
Well, the most surprising thing was that, in the end, the mother actually showed...
Yes, I know.
...bit of compassion.
Selyse showed one actual mote of sense in how many seasons?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
One real emotion.
that was impressive.
But yeah, that whole scene tugged at the heartstrings.
We were watching it live, so we couldn't even fast forward, pause. Just like, well.
He burned a fool girl got burned.
And I think I literally said, "What the fuck did you just do, Status?"
And at that point, I mean, seriously, in his position, I better gain the ability to summon meteors from the sky upon my enemies for that level of sacrifice.
Yeah, I
Like
want
Red Witch better be able to walk up, snap her fingers, and set the enemy army on fire. Like,
yeah, at a minimum.
that is what kind of what she should have asked. He should hope for.
I, personally, cannot fucking wait for Sir Davos to come back and just lay it into Stannis.
He better. Yeah.
And leave.
And leave,
Because
yeah.
I have been saying, since I met Sir Davos, that he is too good for Stannis.
Yeah.
He's way too good of a person to be following Stannis.
Yeah, he is. But let's move on from that because I don't want to be depressed this entire podcast. I already am enough.
Okay.
Arya Stark. That thing we had hoped would happen how many episodes ago has finally happened.
Yeah.
Are any of you gonna answer that phone?
Because I fucking called it! Very
I can
good,
see the
Chrissy.
future.
Irrelevant.
I'm on fire.
It also irrelevant.
Not really.
She's so into her role. She's going down the docks, and who rolls up but Meryn Trent? And she's just like,
It's like she's like, I'm spying on this guy. I'm gonna poison him. I'm gonna kill him with an oyster. I'm all set. And then it's like, oh shit. Is that seriously? Did fate just drop one of my 4 remaining must-kill targets in my lap? Like, okay. That's like some crazy luck right there. So instead of learning the habits of the Thin Man, she now stalks Sir Meryn throughout Bravos.
yeah. Well, I thought that this was supposed to be her, I'm gonna go kill my mark.
Well, yeah, this was supposed to be
She was supposed to kill the Thin Man.
I believe she was supposed to learn his habits, figure out the best time to kill him, and then kill him.
Right.
Because, the most effective assassination is when nobody knows it's an assassination.
Yeah.
And it was easy. It's an easy kill. Just he likes vinegar in his clams, put the poison in the vinegar, and you're done.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. He eats the oyster and keel's over. I mean, hopefully not that quickly. Hopefully like a half hour later. But, yeah, so she stalks Sir Meryn, and how many times Meryn just looked at her, and I'm just like, he's got to recognize her.
But I was asking, though, would he recognize her? I wasn't sure.
I don't think he'll recognize her. I think he was looking at her because he sees a girl who's staring at her, the same girl from the docks, who is now conspicuously at the bank.
And who is then conspicuously at a brothel.
Yeah.
Like, is this, like, the oyster girl of Bravos here? Like, everybody loves her oysters? But, yeah, it's kind of... No, but he knows who Arya Stark was. He's the one who supposedly killed, not Meryn Trent, that's his name, who killed, Syrio Forel in Season 1.
Yeah, but that does not... Arya doesn't look the same anymore.
No, but she would...
They have a resemblance to
like,
herself.
oh, look, there's this girl who's selling oysters constantly staring at me. And you see him look at her a few times, and his brain is working like, damn, she looks familiar. But, Goblin Graph says what I was exactly thinking right there in chat. He's giving her the pedo eyes. And considering his taste in women that we find out this episode...
Oh, yeah, I was like, no! Arya, kill him now! No!
It's too old. Okay, she's, like, probably in her early 30s. Whatever, he might like him young. Too old. Okay, too old. I'm like, she's 16! How is that too old? Oh... I was just hoping, like, Arya would weasel her way in there as a prostitute, and then shank him.
She was not dressed for the part that day.
She was not dressed for the part
And
that
she
day.
did not have a shanking implement.
Nor did she have a shank. Hey, you can shank someone with an oyster shell.
She had that
But
tiny
there were two
knife.
guards in the room, too.
Yeah, true. There were 2 Lannister soldiers in the room, so that wouldn't go over well. But
so you think she's gonna waste the poison on him instead of her
I
actual
don't know.
mark?
She would. You saw the look Jack and Hagar gave her.
Oh, he knew.
He knows it's up, and he's waiting for her to fuck up. Like, her mark
I think the thing
is the Thin Man.
he's,
Go on.
whenever he hits her, it's because she's told a lie that a normal person wouldn't believe.
Right.
But I'm pretty positive that every lie that she tells, even if it's something a normal person would believe, he can still see it. He still knows it's a lie.
Right.
He's just like, that's a passable lie.
Like, a Thin Man wasn't hungry today. Well, actually, he was calling you over for oysters because he liked them. Like, apparently you have very fresh, very tasty oysters, and he wanted some. But
Sounds gross.
he's got to have spies everywhere, and
Yeah,
Bravos.
he knows.
He knows everything. But I don't know. If I'm curious what his reaction will be, or what her potential punishment could be for going after another unsanctioned mark.
Well, it's not just that. It's that the only reason she's going after Meryn Trent is because of Arya Stark.
Right.
No,
She's supposed to be no one. Yeah, she's nobody. Well, in this case, I forget her name.
She's working towards not being anyone, but
Right.
this is definitely a relapse, and he's gonna get mad at it.
You know what? This is actually a really good test, and Hangier Sir in chat says this is her test. Is she going to let go of Arya's identity or not? And if she kills Meryn Trant, unfortunately, no. She has not let go of the identity of Arya Stark.
She knows where Needle is.
She does know where Needle is.
Needle. And I actually, after that episode, and I don't think we got talked about this on the podcast, I read the paragraph about her trying to give up Needle. And it's like, Needle is Winterfell, Needle is Jon, Needle is everything that used to be her life.
Yeah.
If there's anything that symbolizes Arya Stark, it's Needle. And Needle is still around. So I think she's going to fail. She's going to get Needle. She's going to kill Meryn Trent.
Yeah. We'll
And
see,
then
hopefully.
Get her ass kicked by Jock and Hagar.
Yeah, he's going to probably, slap her consistently every 5 minutes for the rest of,
Or
the
just
week.
throw her out.
Or toss her out, yeah. There is that. I'm curious. I'm very curious. So, Jon Snow. You mentioned Jon. We didn't get much of him, except that he returned from his little adventure into Northrend, as we're going to call it. Because really, that's what happened.
The undead are here.
Yeah, actually, this is a funny side note. World of Warcraft's official Twitter tweeted a picture of the Lich King. It's like, I see you have an undead army. That's cute.
Very cute.
Yeah. And then just
that's
posted a couple
what-
screen caps from Wrath of the Lich King's cinematic, but
That's what a lot of people are comparing that to.
uh-huh.
The Lich King, but also to the show The Walking Dead. So, I mean, it's kind of like if the two met.
If the two met and had horror babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about what it would be.
That's about what it would be. So, I remember seeing from the preview, name I forgot, Sir Alistair Thorne, there we go, standing on the top of the wall, giving Jon Snow the I'm a dick eyes. And I'm just thinking, he's not going to open the door. He's going to leave him out there.
I mean,
But you said last episode, no, he's going to let him through. Was it you or Pat?
I think
it was me.
it was you, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, you said, no, he's going to let him through. He's not going to be happy about it, but he's going to do it. And kudos, you were right. You called that too.
But you see, with that, I wasn't 100% sure, because there was always the chance, because he would have had enough support at Castle Black to mutiny.
Yes.
It would have been possible, but
It would have been. And he still has that support, because with the exception of Ed and Sam, John's getting the stink eye from everybody at Castle Black.
Well, especially with his most recent decision.
Yes,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
exactly popular. But, as Sir Alistair puts it, you have a good heart, Lord Snow. You're gonna get us all killed.
He needs to shut the
I
fuck
just-
up. I don't think he's seen a zombie before.
And then he strut away, and it's like, with the one-liners, dude, really?
Yeah,
The dick liners. They're not even
Dick
one liners.
they're not even one-liners, you're right. If he
like
was...
panty
If
liners.
he was there at Hardhome, he probably would have changed his tune.
I think so.
I mean, very few Night's Watch were actually there.
Yeah.
So, like, ask
mean-
them their recounting of the, of what happened. I don't know.
But I mean, it's also how many of these brothers didn't believe giants existed
And then one walked right in
a
front of
couple
them.
weeks ago?
Yeah, giants, they're all stories and everything, and here comes an actual living giant walking through the courtyard.
Well, not just that. Here comes three giants trying to knock down the gate.
Well, that one, the three giants knocking down the gate, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of those kids behind the look, they're like, oh shit, that
Well, I
is a
mean-
30-foot tall Scottish-looking man.
Yeah, and also they knew from the battle with Mance and his army, they knew that giants existed.
Right.
Like that was the proof. But now there's the living one standing in front of them. What? It was only the troop that went down
Uh-huh.
to try and stop the giant, who are all dead now.
Right, they're the only ones who actually
that
really saw it.
stood next to it.
Yeah. So it's like, now they're
Now-
standing in front of it. That's a deal. But that's really all that happens. You see all the wildlings being let through and just let pass heading south. Hopefully
Yeah.
they keep up their end of the bargain.
don't have a
The
choice, I
shithead's
think.
not happy about it. I don't know his name. The kid.
Oh,
Ollie.
Ollie.
Yeah, the kid's not happy.
Well,
Ollie will only be happy when he buries an axe in Tormund's head.
yeah.
True. I
Very
don't
true.
think he'll be happy then.
Probably not. He's not a very happy kid.
No.
Then
It's hard to
again,
be when your parents are dead.
it's hard to be when you watch your parents get murdered in front of you by a ravaging horde of pillaging wildlings.
Cannibal wildlings.
Some of them were cannibals.
Some of them were cannibals.
Yeah.
I
So,
think they ate his parents.
they probably did. Moving on to...
Sorry.
That's alright. We finally got some meaningful scenes of Jaime since his
Yeah.
capture.
Yes, that was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. So, Jamie's free to go, apparently. You know what? 1 second, chat. Hanger, Sir, and Goblin Graph are 2 active chat members tonight. They both have similar thoughts. Ollie gave that look to John again, and Ollie's gonna do something stupid.
Oh, the kid's name is Ollie?
Ollie, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting Arrow flashbacks, which Ollie constantly does stupid things. So
Well, Ollie's gonna do something dumb.
probably.
Turns out this kid's good with a bow, too, so for
He is good with a bow.
what it's worth.
I mean, he killed your grit with a bow, so.
Yes, he did. Okay, back to Jaime. Apparently, Prince Doran is all ticked off, like, why'd you feel the need to sneak into my country? Why didn't you just come talk to me? Well, we kind of got a threatening message, her necklace in the jaws of a viper. That was stolen from my room. His look that he gave Ilaria was just like, bitch, I am going to kill you.
And Alaria's just like, I don't fucking know what you talking about.
all the
Arguments.
defiance and the sass. Let's drink to Tom and Barathi, and everybody drinks, and she just dumps.
Yeah.
Uh,
Her tune changed real quick, though.
well, yeah, he, just the way he grabbed her, it is for the sake of you are the mother of 4 nieces who I really, really like, and it's for their sake that I hope you live forever. But talk to me like that again, and you're dead.
Fucking kill you, bitch.
Yeah. And he just gets her on her knees, like, either you swear you're loyal to me, or you die.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Those are
And
your
I think
choices.
I think Doran's been given the opportunity to make decisions where he can actually lay down the law.
Right.
Like, before there was Like, it was just, she was planning this shit. There was none of this proof. And now Jaime comes with this proof, and he's like, yeah, bitch, you did this.
Yeah.
Now, stop.
Yeah, Hanjir, that confirms the necklace is from Ilaria. Well, more or less.
Yeah.
Because
She didn't say it, but...
She didn't say it, but the look.
Her or the Sand Snakes.
It was either her or one of the
Yeah.
Sand Snakes, because they're the only ones really threatening. Prince Doran, like he said, he doesn't want war. I mean,
He doesn't.
as much as he may hate the Lannisters and want to see all their heads on pikes, he is playing the diplomat and keeping his people safe.
I mean, I also don't think that he hates all of the Lannisters. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think he's got no reason right now to hate Jaime.
No, he really doesn't have much of a reason to hate Jaime. I mean, other than, I guess, by reputation.
Yes.
And he has no reason to hate Myrcella. She's just a little girl. She's innocent of any wrongdoing. As far as Lannisters go, she's pretty much...
The best.
She's probably the best at this point.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot. Is Tommen still on hunger strike?
probably.
Yes, he's being prissy.
He's being prissy.
So,
Oh, I'm not going to come out to my room until you give the lady that sucks my dick.
and also me
That's
mum.
the lady that makes the sex.
And also me mum.
He don't care about his mom.
So,
He started the hunger strike for, oh god,
Marjorie.
Marjorie. Not
we
for
haven't
his
seen
mother.
her, though. You know, we haven't seen her in a couple episodes either, so
I think we can just assume she's still in the cell and nothing has
she's not
changed.
doing very well. Yeah.
No.
So,
Yeah, I would imagine she's doing as well as Cersei. I'm sorry, I interrupted you like 3 times. Go.
oh god, you're the worst.
Terrible.
I'm the worst.
So, the most awkward scene, I think, in that entire episode was, like, Ilaria just walking in and Jaime's like, hey, it's totally cool that you bang your sister. I bang my family members all the time. It's totally normal here. You should live here.
Well, yeah, you know, her last name is Sand. That means she is baseborn in Dorne.
Yeah.
Ha, that rhymed. And anywhere else in the Seven Kingdoms, that would be seen as a no-no. A High Lord marrying a bastard child?
Yeah.
Tisk, tisk, tisk on you. But, you know, as she says in Dorne, nobody gave a shit. Oberon
it's
certainly
not-
didn't give a crap.
Yeah, it's not only that, that she was lowborn, but it's also, we saw her and Oberon in the brothels. They like to mix it up.
They do like to
I
mix
mean,
it
it's
up.
not, it wasn't just that, it's that her tastes are,
Yeah.
Eclectic, let's just say.
yeah.
And she just basically tells him, I have nothing against your daughter. She is probably innocent of everything that happened to Oberon. And it's true, she had no idea what was going on. She wasn't
No.
even there. And you're probably innocent of everything that happened to him too. Like, basically, I know she's your daughter and not your niece. I know you fuck your sister. Have a nice day. And scene.
And I mean, I don't know if I found that scene awkward, but it did feel weird because it seemed like genuine. It seemed like what she said was genuine.
Yeah.
Feels weird.
It does feel weird because of that. At first, I thought she was trying to bait him into admitting something.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the first feel I got. But then after that, I was just like, wow, is that just like really a genuine conversation? That just seems so odd.
Because Jaime didn't really say much of anything. She did, like, all the talking.
She did all the talking. His
Yeah.
face did the rest of the talking. It's kind of weird.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe it's just her evolution of her grief or whatever. I don't know.
Right. Before we get
Guess
on...
we'll find out when the Sand Snakes inevitably do something stupid.
Yes. They're going to
you
do
know.
something stupid. Before we get on to what was the last, 20 minutes of this episode, I just have to mention how I love Prince Trystane and
Yeah.
his condition for setting Bronn free.
Oh, God. Yes.
He can go free.
Elbowed in the face by the biggest man in Dorne.
Yes, elbowed in the face by a really, really big, muscly man.
Yeah.
And then Prince Doran's response, he's like, oh, that pie looks good. Wham! Maybe you'd like some soup instead.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Like, you have no teeth left. Haha, I get it. It's funny. Poor guy.
was probably more that he couldn't move his jaw.
So on to the great games in Marine, in the giant fighting pit.
Yes.
Danny is obviously not thrilled with all this, especially when they just walk up like, I pledge my life and honor. Like, I die and fight for you. Really, I don't want you to die for me. This isn't exactly fun, but okay, clap.
I don't know why she wouldn't... maybe that's something she did that we haven't seen, but I don't know why she wouldn't be like, yeah, we can have this game, just don't fucking kill each other.
She's trying to go for the winning the hearts and minds, the whole cultural thing.
I know.
Not working.
It's been working so well.
I mean, I like their commentary among the whole fight between Tyrion and Hidazar, don't even fucking remember his name. He's dead anyway now.
Yep.
And Dario. I love Dario's bet. Like, I see a big man. I always had to, relax. He doesn't have any muscle here or there, and he's not quick enough to protect those spots. As he's saying this, the big guy just chops the little guy's head clean off.
Yeah.
And then he just backs off.
He just backs up. Like, I am done talking. Totally done with this. And then Jorah fights. Lord Friendzone. I'm sorry, I'm going to always call him that.
He got some lucky breaks.
He did get some lucky breaks. Because the water dancer guy had him dead to rights.
Yeah.
And then Spearman stabbed him.
And while we were watching the fight, me and John started talking about rapiers, and what region of Westeros uses rapiers? Is it
None.
just...
Bravos.
Bravos. It's just Bravos.
Well, as far as been revealed, it's, that was the same fighting style that Arya was learning.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anywhere in Westeros actually uses that fighting style. I think they're more like, Germanic Europe in the terms of fighting style.
Yeah.
Like long swords, broadswords, shit like that. Like,
that's what I was saying, because John was like, oh, this guy must be from Westeros. I was like, no one in Westeros has a sword like that.
No, he was straight up
big
Ravosi.
swords.
Yeah, okay.
And he had...
I had to question his technique, too.
He had Jorah dead to rights. And then, lucky break, Spearman.
Because Jorah did not know how to fight a rapier.
No, he didn't.
At all. He's out of his element.
He knew how to fight a spear, though.
Yes, he did. He locked the spear up right away.
He knew how to fight against a spear, which was very lucky for him. And then, it was just like, all right, that's it. This is all or nothing. The whole somersault into stab maneuver worked out for him.
Worked.
I liked it. So, I loved it. And then he just takes the spear. I'm thinking, oh, he's going to finish him off. And then he, throws it and hits the son of the Harpy who's about to stab Daenerys.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. And then all of a sudden they just look around and they see people looking up and there's just masks everywhere in the crowd.
I have so many questions about this part of the episode.
Okay, here's something that surprised me about this, okay? And this is coming from my knowledge reading the books, and I'm so happy they changed things up and kept me surprised. Hizdar, the guy sitting next to him, in the books, he is the Harpy. He's their leader. He is, the Sons of the Harpy. He's the Harpy. He's the way it went down. He's trying to coax Dany.
So that's why this whole time when I was like, "Yeah, this guy seems pretty cool to me," you're like, "Nah."
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't help it. But
well, everything makes sense now.
And Tyrion said, my father would have liked you, and I'm just like, oh my god, that should be the get the fuck away from this guy signal.
Well, I mean, it's also the fuck you because I killed my father kind of an insult.
That
Not that Czar got that joke,
but he got stabbed, and I was like, wow, they're changing things up, thankfully. Because, yeah, the whole scene, the whole scene in the book played out, he's sitting there trying to get Daenerys to eat some candied locusts or something that just happened to be poisoned. And she doesn't want none of it. So that just kept going like that. But, so yeah, they changed that up nice. I wonder who they're making the Harpy, or if it's just like a conglomeration or something.
That's what I was thinking, because the whole time they were attacking, I was like, this doesn't make sense. They're killing the nobles now.
Right, they're killing indiscriminately. They're just killing everybody.
I didn't see them kill a single commoner. everyone I saw go down by the hands of the harpies were nobles.
You know.
So whoever is behind them, I don't understand what their goal is besides obviously kill Danny.
Those nobles weren't harpies, so maybe they want to be the only nobles.
There is that.
You know.
Could just be a power play up on high noble houses, who are now down about 100 men, maybe more.
Cause Dargans.
Well, yeah, they're surrounded one by one. I'm just like sitting there waiting. I'm like, okay, so this is where they're gonna spring Drogon. Sorry, I knew it was coming. But
I mean, yeah, you kind of had to know.
I actually said either you need Drogon or Goku. Those are your choices.
Those are your choices. Well, she got Drogon.
Drogoku.
Now. But I just love everybody's reaction. They hear the roar and everybody stops, and you couldn't see their faces under the mask, but you could tell they all had the exact same thought. Oh shit, I just remembered this bitch has dragons.
The thought of, is that crap in my pants?
Is that? Yes.
Yeah, that is.
But the ensuing shitstorm, when he flew in, crushed one of them, ripped another in half, and then decided, flamethrower time! Yeah, that was beautiful. Just setting people on fire.
Hold still, Mama's got to pull the spears out of your back.
Yeah. Hold still, Mama's got to pull a spear out of your back and then just roar right in her face. And it's like, Mama ain't scared of you.
I know it hurt. I'm sorry.
That to me was the ultimate, that hurt! Like, he just turned and yelled,
fucking ow, Mom!
It's like, fucking ow! And then it's like, but thank you, Mommy.
That's actually better, thank you.
And then she climbs on his back and, I'm assuming, tells him to fly.
Yeah.
And
she said a word in
Valyrian, yeah. And the last we see is her flying into the sun, well, flying into the noon sky, leaving Tyrion, Dario, and Lord Friendzone standing there gobsmacked, surrounded by the bodies of dead or dying harpies.
Or pre-dead harpies.
Yeah.
I can imagine that the harpies are not going to take much interest in the ones that are left. You know what I mean? We're clearly going for Dany.
She did kind of ditch Miss Sunday, which was kind of douchey.
Yeah, but
I feel like she needed a bro assist right there.
They seem...
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure. Like, are they trying to just get rid of her, or are they going for control of Marine?
Right.
Because
if you kill all of her advisors and close people, you know, she's fairly useless on her own.
Right, right now she's gone, or where I don't know. Who knows where they took her? I mean, I'm assuming she's gone because
if they kill that circle of people, she's gotta have her dragons eat everybody.
Well, now we gotta let us not forget that there are 2 more locked up beneath a pyramid.
Yeah.
Who are probably not very happy.
I mean, I was thinking about that because they're not very happy, but they're probably gonna listen to Drogon. And if Drogon says, Mommy wants us to eat everybody in this city, they're going to do it.
Or so you would hope.
You would hope.
I mean, yeah, well, and I think so. He's still the alpha, even if he comes back.
Yeah, true. I mean, the scene played out pretty well.
Size anyway.
Yeah, the scene was a great thing. Not as badass as the book scene, I'm sorry. Because in the book scene, she jumped down to save Drogon from getting spears, and she started whipping him through a fucking stream of fire. Like, he's breathing fire at her, trying to kill her, but she's immune to fire, so she just keeps whipping his ass like, you know, bad, bad, bad. And I think she actually says bad at one point. And then he's like, okay, I'm sorry, Mommy, get on my back.
Cool. Fine, God.
It's like, fine, stop whipping me. God damn it.
So, the only... I guess weird-ish kind of moment was when her and Jorah very tenderly took hands.
Okay, let's not forget that Jorah has an extremely highly contagious, deadly disease, and he touched her hand.
Touched her.
He touched her.
And I was just like,
what are you...
Now, first, yes, I understand that the grayscale is on your left arm, and you used your right hand. Now, I'm hoping that grayscale means you have to touch the actual scales to catch it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because if it's just from contact, or anything like that. He just killed her.
He would never do that,
potentially.
though.
Right.
He would never do that. He would, and he's not stupid enough to do that accidentally. But it was just like, dude.
Heat of the moment, heat of battle. Could have forgotten.
But I think that you're right about it has actually touched the stone skin.
I hope.
Because it wouldn't, like it wouldn't make a lot of sense, because if it's just a rash that just happens to make you go crazy, yeah, it's probably in his bloodstream, but I don't see how uninfected skin would, unless he had like an open wound in his hand and bled on her, maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
There's
But
also a magical disease.
That was just like,
Soon.
sir,
Sir, no. You just touched her.
don't do that.
This is also a magical disease, though, right?
I don't know. It's
We don't know.
it's unknown.
Could be fancy rabies.
Anyway, great
Fancy
episode.
rabies?
An episode that was like, yay, Drogon's back. I hope they release the other two soon.
Yay, Drogon's back. Boo, a child was burned at the stake.
Yeah, boo, a child was burned at the stake. Fuck you, Stannis. Oh, that's what I wanted to say about Stannis, and I didn't because I got so overwhelmed with emotion. I hope that when Sansa finally mans up and goes to shank Ramsay in the back, that she walks in on Ramsay skull-fucking Stannis. Because that man is irredeemable to me right now.
No, okay, wait. Okay, hold on.
I know. Simmer down. I'm
That
good.
might not be pretty. I didn't. No, not that.
No, I know. That wouldn't be... That's not a pretty image, but that's the level of emotion I feel towards this right now.
I'm gonna let you know, and I don't think this is what's gonna happen. But I hope Stannis lives through this season.
Chill pills. Thank you.
And-
Chill pills, courtesy of wife. What the fuck are these?
And I hope he lives through this season, and he just ruminates with the guilt that he killed his daughter, and then just... I never wish for anybody to commit suicide. Like, that's not the thing, but I just want him to commit suicide.
I mean,
I think that would be the most appropriate.
if it's all not worth it in the end, which I don't think it's going to be, yeah.
It's
Yeah, what, he's gonna get the throne?
It's a big deal. You sacrificed your family for the fucking throne.
was it
Like, you're
worth it?
sacrificed his wife, she's a bitch, but
Yeah, your wife is an idiot. Whatever, no loss
daughter
there.
would have made a better queen. Let's face it.
Yeah. Your daughter was way more of... She was way better of a person than you'll ever be, and you just burned her at the stake. And hand your ass in chat, what do you guys think? How do you think this episode compares to the last one? Well, last episode was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean,
It didn't have the same kind of action, but
No.
It was better.
I liked
but
it.
But
yeah, the end of last episode and the end of this episode, two action-packed thrill rides that were great.
you know what it is, though? The end of last episode matters more.
In the grand
In
scheme
the grand
of
scheme of
things.
things, yeah.
I guess that's true.
Unless Drogon flies Dany to the wall right now, then the end of last episode means so much more. Because, hi, I'm the king of a zombie army, and I'm just going to raise my hands, and look, my numbers have increased by multiple thousands.
But that's the thing. Because everyone else in the rest of the world thinks their shit is important. But
Yeah.
we as, like, outside observers can be like, none of that shit matters, like, at all. When there's
Okay.
a zombie.
Yeah.
Not a lick.
Now, hold on. Dom in chat says, this episode seemed way more talked about on social media than the last one.
Yes.
Dom, that is because a major character who is unliked for the whole series has been gaining major brownie points this whole season. He's been on the upward climb to everybody liking him. He's been showing he's a good father.
Hold on, no, not everyone, because some of us still remember what he did.
To his brother. You're right.
To
But
his
he was
brother.
on a climb for a lot of people. And then, just when we're starting to love this man, he lets a witch tie his only daughter, who has had one of the shittiest lives imaginable, and is still the cheeriest, most loving person on the planet, ties her to a stake and burns her to death. That, Dom, is why people were probably talking about this episode, also because a dragon set about 100 people on fire.
Yeah, there's that
But
too.
I think most of the talk about this episode stemmed around Stannis.
Stannis, for
Yeah.
sure.
And Dom, he blames
we got
Dragon? No, 3,000
Duke-
miles away.
As a general collective of show watchers, we got duped emotionally.
We did get duped
Yes.
emotionally. Yeah. And I can't even. I mean, that whole... I was, again, liking Stannis.
You know, as far as like ramping up, you know, because Goblin Graph asked in chat, like, how is this going to get
How will
topped
they-
in the finale? And if you remember last season's finale, like, you know, the ninth episode was the fight at the wall, correct?
I think that was the 8th or 9th.
It was close
Oh,
to the, whatever. It
yeah.
was close to the end because the finale of last season didn't, you know, necessarily end with like a big bang, like the episode before it did.
Right. You know what?
Like
No.
it ended,
And that always
ended-
happens.
right? Like it ended with
That was the battle.
Bran finding his destiny.
No, but look,
because
let's
soon
look.
He will fly.
Dom texted me earlier. I told you guys pre-show, but, you know, live. He asked, you know, was this episode a big deal? And I said, episode 9 is usually the what the fuck episode of every season so far. Let's recap spoilers about to ensue. Episode 9 of season 1. Ned Stark gets beheaded. What the fuck?
That's true.
The end of season 2. Crazy episode, the Battle of the Blackwater. Whole episode devoted to one singular thing. The first episode to ever do that. And that was a massive battle. End of season 3, the Red Wedding. You know, half the major characters die in a span of 2 minutes. Done. There's the what the fuck episode there. The end of season 4, massive battle. You know, the fight at the wall. Okay, this episode was a combination. Awesome battle, what the fuck.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
So, season 10, episode 10 is going to be the wind down, the wrap up. Like the aftermath of episode 9 events.
I mean, I think you're also not giving the finales enough credit, because while they do sum up tie-ends, they also drop shit bombs, you know?
They
Oh,
drop
sure.
they drop the
It's not like it's gonna fizzle.
No, it's not going to fizzle.
No.
They don't drop as much of an oh shit moment as episode 9 does, but they do tease you enough that you have to watch next season.
Yeah,
No matter what happens.
Episode 10 is more of the oh yeah stuff, whereas episode 9 is like the oh.
I mean, what happened in the finale of last season? Brienne,
Arya went to Bravos.
Arya got on a boat and was going on an adventure. And yeah.
It's the last time we saw Bran.
Right, so they're going to set up some good stuff for us,
Yeah.
hopefully.
There was an interesting thought that I had that I think it was Jojen who said that, you know, you can't walk now, but soon you will fly to Bran, or someone said that to him.
Yeah.
Might have been Jojen. I don't know.
It may have been the old Nan.
It may have, yeah, it might have been.
The old Nan was crazy. I miss her.
But do you think it was like, hey, did he warg and jump into Drogon?
I
Make him
don't
save there?
think... See, I don't know... From what I understand, they haven't delved too much into the wargs in the show. From what I remember in the book, the will of whatever you're jumping into matters a lot.
Oh, okay.
There was...
Well, I mean, he's also working towards jumping into humans. He did it to Hodor.
But
Hodor.
Hodor is also, as they describe, and I quote directly from the book, he's a simpleton.
Yes, but Hodor is the stepping stone to overpowering the will of a person.
Right.
Not
I mean,
that Hodor's not a person.
It's just he doesn't have a full grasp of what's going on.
no, he doesn't have a full
He doesn't have a
grasp
very
of
strong
what's
mental.
happening, and he doesn't have very strong willpower.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's a character I wish they wouldn't have left out of the show. He was one of Mance Rayder's advisors. He was a warg who had an eagle, a shadow cat, an eagle, 3 dire wolves, a shadow cat, and a polar bear. They followed him around that he can jump into any of them at will.
The menagerie.
Like, he was a very talented warg. And from I think what he said, the shadow cat and the polar bear were near-death experiences for him trying to take control of them.
Wow.
So, imagine trying to take mental control of a dragon. I think a dragon, being a magical creature, would be smart enough to figure out what's going on and find the warg that's doing it.
And I also think a dragon might be more difficult than a person.
I imagine.
Some people.
Again, yeah, magical creature would probably be more difficult than a good population of the human population. Redundant. Great episode. That's all I gotta say in closing. Hoping the finale drops. I mean, the finale's gotta drop some crazy good stuff on us because, one, we're now outside of book territory. Okay? We're far outside of book territory because, I mean, Tyrion never met Daenerys yet in the books. In fact, he's going the opposite direction. Jorah doesn't get reunited with her. Hizdar's the Harpy. There's a whole lot of things that are differing. So, I'm just actually very excited. I could finally go into this blind.
I wonder if next season George R.R. Martin is going to watch the show like us plebes.
He's going to. And, I mean, from what I understand, he gave the show creators the ending. He told them how the whole series is going to end in case he dies before he finishes the books. And
I think it's so funny that that's out there and a possibility.
And from what I understand in the conversation, he basically said, I don't care how you get there, but get there. That is the ending. How you get there is up to you. So
I just can't imagine an ending for the whole world, or at least for
the whole story.
This age of this world.
Mm-hmm.
Once they all die.
I mean, he trusts the two show creators because supposedly the story is what convinced him to sign over the rights for them to make the show. He asked the question, "Who's Jon Snow's real mother?" and they both got it right. And that's why he let them, make the show.
Wow.
Yep. So they were big book fans, apparently.
Oh my god. I mean, you have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be. You can't take something as big as this and not be a fan. I mean, look at Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson was the giant.
Yeah.
A giant Tolkien nerd.
Granted, he has Stephen Colbert for corroboration, but yeah.
Anyway, next episode is called Mother's Mercy. It is the finale. We get a couple of scenes of Arya. I mean, the preview just shows Arya. It shows Cersei wallowing in a cell, saying how, when you're really, really lonely and the only person around for comfort is your twin brother.
Is that what she said?
No, but that's the way the conversation was going.
Okay.
And we see Jorah, Dario, and Tyrion sitting in the throne room of Meereen on the steps, all with the same look on their face, like, what now?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Dany
just flew away and there's mass anarchy. What do we do?
Yeah, I think that's what they're at. Time to govern. Or who knows
Tyrion,
what.
you're a king-like guy. Get him.
You
were hand of the king.
Right.
Maybe.
You might know what to do. Maybe. But anyway, like I said a couple times, that's our show. We could talk about this forever because
we really could.
Great episode. Cleo, where can they find you?
You can find me on the socials at Cleo and on Cleomoto.
Cleomoto.
Socials at Cleomoto. And on Twitch at the Cleomoto. I swear I'm going to stream again soon. I have a new job and such. So soon. I'll be back.
Your turn, John.
Okay. You can find me at No More on Twitter. And on YouTube for Let's Plays at Nahajim.
There you go. You can find me on Twitter at Thilidrin. I would say on Twitch at Thilidrin, but I have no time to stream. Yeah, I really want to, but no time. You can find us all on Facebook, Google+, Gmail, MySpace, and YouTube, and Twitter. I forgot Twitter. And YouTube at ASOTV Podcast, all one word. You can follow us there for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Right now it's mostly Game of Thrones. think Dom's starting up Pretty Little Liars again. And what else is going on right now?
The last ship will start
Right, we're going to start The Last Ship soon.
sometime after the premiere,
I got to watch.
which is June 21st.
That's a good show. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Anybody?
Anyone.
Anyone. Thanks for watching, anybody. At all. Thank you, chat, for being active tonight and asking questions. I love it when that happens.
Come back next week for the season finale when we all ship our pants.
Indeed. Hopefully there will
yeah.
be not any live pant shitting.